morning and hello to everyone. And my name is Antoinette Ball. I'm one of the founders of the Women's Entrepreneurial Opportunity Project Incorporated. I want to say hi and welcome this morning. And again, if you'd like to share your information, please feel free to do that in the chat room. We're going to have the presentation first, and then toward the end, we are going to open it up to questions and answers. So you get a chance to interact with Petia because she has a lot of great information. Again, I'm Antoinette from WeUp, and I want to encourage everybody to be a WeUp membership. We have free membership and paid memberships. We have a host of events that we do throughout the month. So when you join WeUp, you get a monthly newsletter. And in our monthly newsletter, you get a listing of everything that we do as an organization. I have two great upcoming events. We have a Pacesetter Lab coming on April 19th. And we're going to be talking about how you can build revenue streams for your business and how you can be creative doing that. And that takes place on April 19th from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. And we're also having a representative on April 21st from Bank of America. And she is going to be talking about a great new program called Breakthrough Lab Initiative. And it is a fintech accelerator for women-owned businesses. So I encourage you to attend both of those workshops. And again, stay connected to WeUp. You can see what we're doing by visiting weup.org, or you can visit our online website at weup.org and weupwomen.com as well. So please stay connected. I want to welcome, I see one of my partners, Rachel. Rachel, Rachel Shanklin, one of our partners from the Small Business Majority is here. And Rachel, for a quick second, share something about the Small Business Majority.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Antoinette. I'm Rachel Shanklin. I am the Georgia Director at Small Business Majority. We are a national small business organization. We are a 501c3. We work to support and elevate the voices of Black entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs of color, women entrepreneurs, to make sure that they have access to the resources that are available to them. We partner with organizations like WeUp, which has been a great partner of ours this past year. And we also engage policymakers at the state capitol and on the local level to advocate for policies that are equitable, that support women entrepreneurs, and that really level the playing field for folks in the business space. So it's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me, and I'm looking forward to this presentation.
Okay, thank you, Rachel. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to introduce Petia Abdur-Razaaq. And I want to thank Petia. She has been a longtime partner of WeUp. She's a Google professional. And as you know, technology is the cornerstone of your business. So it is so imperative, it's so important to utilize what we call these free social media tools to promote your business, because that really helps. So Petia, thank you for being here with us this morning. And let me share with the audience a little bit about your background. Petia is a digital marketing strategist with more than 20 years experience. Her tenacity to help small businesses expedite growth via digital communications is evident. Petia helps businesses create a digital strategy that delivers meaningful and measurable results. She has a combined experience, and she tries to position small business owners to execute a digital media plan. And Petia has been a long time, because WeUp is what you call a Grow with Google partner. Right. We are very privileged to have Petia be one of our ongoing constant speakers to share digital media skills with women-owned small businesses. So Petia, you can also share a little bit about your background before we get into the presentation. And thank you for just sharing all this great information. As you know, we too as an organization are trying to really vamp up what we do on YouTube, because as you know, you can really make great revenue from YouTube. You just have to really understand how to strategize and posture your vision for success. So Petia, welcome for sharing all these great nuggets of information. I'm always excited to hear your presentation.
Yes, thank you for having me again. So a little bit about me. I wouldn't spend too much time talking about myself because we have a lot to cover. In addition to being a Grow with Google trainer, I have a boutique agency in New York City called the Stylista Group. And at the Stylista Group, we do all things digital marketing. So not just Google stuff, but we also do your Facebook, your Instagram, lots of email marketing campaigns. And because I work with lifestyle brands, so think beauty, fashion, retail, restaurants, boutique hotels, those are my clients. We also do a lot of micro influencer collaborations. So you guys are familiar with influencers. Those are your bloggers and vloggers who have huge followings on social media, who are able to build brand awareness, right, for an organization, as well as to help them to drive revenue, especially if they have products that they're selling, by endorsing their products and services. So that is just a little bit about me. Today I'm wearing my Grow with Google hat, which I love to do and I share with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we are going to dive into today's presentation because we have a lot to cover. So this morning's workshop is going to be on how to use YouTube to grow your business, to build brand awareness, to get yourself in front of the right target audience. And also over time, if you have aspirations of becoming an influencer yourself, you can also monetize your YouTube channel, but there's some basic things that you would need to do before you are able to do that. In case you're wondering what Grow with Google is, especially for any partners who are on the call, Grow with Google is an initiative that brings the best of Google's training and tools to help people grow their skills, careers, and businesses, usually in partnership with host organizations like We Up. So, setting the stage. Small businesses can learn how to grow their online presence and find new customers by utilizing digital tools, and YouTube is one of them. In today's workshop, we will review how you can use YouTube to grow your business by setting up a branded professional channel. It is my hope that by the end of the workshop, you'll have a good idea how to build your channel if you don't have one, and if you already have one, how to improve it so that you can start to enjoy the benefits of having that presence. Here's my contact information. A lot of people like to take a snapshot of this slide, or it's being recorded. You can just, watch the recording and get my information. Please don't be shy. You can always send me an email, follow me on social media. I'm constantly sharing small business digital marketing tips, and definitely connect with me on LinkedIn. I like to connect with people on LinkedIn, and we can have more conversations there. Okay, so when we think of video today, chances are that you're probably thinking of YouTube, right? Because YouTube is where people consume lots of content. And to quantify that, there are more than 2 billion, you guys, 2 billion monthly users who collectively watch 1 billion hours of video every single day. Whenever I share those stats, I always say to myself, what did we do before we had social media? I mean, if we now have 1 billion hours per day to watch video, what were we doing before? You kind of can't even remember, right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, where did we get this time from? YouTube is also where people discover things. By search volume, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world, with Google being the largest. And so I also want you to differentiate your YouTube activity from, say, your Facebook or Instagram activity, because YouTube works like a search engine, meaning that people are going on YouTube and put it in search terms as they would do on Google. So the way you deliver your content has to be slightly different from the way you would do it on the other social media platforms. So 85% of viewers turn to YouTube looking for fresh content. YouTube is also where people engage. 70% of shoppers say they purchased a brand after seeing it first on YouTube. So with all of this in mind, it's crystal clear that having a presence on YouTube for you as a small business presents a great opportunity for you to build brand awareness and connect with your customers. And we'll go through the ways you can do so in today's workshop. So this is a quick overview of what we're going to cover today. First of all, how to set up a professionally branded channel, adding your videos and creating videos that would help you to achieve your business goals. So this is not just, shooting any old craziness and putting it up on the channel. You should be thinking of your business goals as you create content for your professional channel. On your personal channel, you can do whatever you want, but on your business channel, there has to be some return on investment over time. And also, once you're ready, how you can promote your videos using video ads. Now, I usually recommend that before you start spending money on video ads, that you make use of all the organic or free tactics that are available. With all of these tools and all of these platforms, start to see the return on investment. And yes, sooner or later, you will have to start spending ad money, but make sure that you're doing the basics first. As usual, if we have enough time, I'll close with some additional resources. But even if I don't get that far, I usually share a copy of the deck, so you will have those resources available to you once you get the copy. So let's start with how you create your business channel on YouTube. The first step, of course, would be to visit youtube.com. And I recommend the easiest way to get set up and to make sure that you're not skipping steps would be to sit down at your desktop or laptop and set up the channel that way. Once you're set up, you can always make quick updates on the phone, but you need that real estate of the screen to make sure that you're filling out every step the way it's intended. So in the top right, you would click sign in, and here you would enter your Google account, email, and password. Let's back this up a bit. Because this is a business channel, you should be using the Google account, email, and password associated with your business. So either you can create a separate Gmail address, your business at gmail.com, or you can associate your petia@xyz.com email address with Google so that you have access. So we're completely separating this from our personal Gmail. Okay, so once you do that, you would click create account and you will get two options. The first one says, or you're creating a channel for yourself or to manage your business. In this case, you would select manage your business. Now, you absolutely need to have a Google account in order to use YouTube. And again, you can decide whether you want to create a separate Gmail account or associate an existing address to gain access. Okay. Next, you would click at the top right corner. There's a circle, and this will be your profile picture. Now, you can select a custom photo. In fact, you should, right? And usually people with products put a picture of their products. You can do a headshot. You can do your logo. All right. So when you click at that top right corner, this will reveal a drop-down menu, and here you would click create a channel. Next, you will see a dialog box appear asking you to provide a name for your channel. And the name from your channel should be the name of your business because you want to be recognizable by people who may already know who you are. You'll also get the option to upload a profile picture. And like I said, you should go ahead and add a picture that represents your business. Next, you will click create channel to complete the setup. Now, this is the preview of your public channel screen. Now, you can edit the channel by clicking the customize button, which will take you to YouTube Studio. And if you're doing this for the first time, you guys, definitely sit down and go through all of these steps on your computer. Now, one more thing to point out on this screen, you can see a button that allows you to upload videos to your channel, and you actually can do this in a few places. There's also an icon of a video camera at the top right, and here you can also upload a video or start a live stream. We are going to go through how you add videos using YouTube Studio in this workshop. So this is what you'll see the first time you click customize channel. YouTube Studio is kind of like the hub of where you manage your channel. And from here, you can customize your layout, your branding, and the information about your channel, along with creating and managing your playlist, your subtitles, as well as seeing your analytics and much more. So let's walk through this step by step. I don't know if anyone is following along. Sometimes people do this as I'm teaching the workshop. If you are and you need me to back up, just go ahead and let me know. So after closing the welcome dialog box, you'll see what's called the customization tab in YouTube Studio, and that's what's highlighted on the screen that you're seeing. Now, of course, if you don't have much content or video yet, you don't have much to customize, but once you do, make sure that you come back to this tab and you fill out all of the information that needs to be filled out. Customizations help you to attract more viewers to your channel, and there are three sections. There's the layout, branding, and basic information. So in the first section, layout helps you customize the content on the channel's homepage. You have the option to add a video spotlight. And so if you take off your business owner hat and think of your YouTube subscriber hat, you will start recognizing what I'm talking about. So the video spotlight is what appears at the top of the channel homepage. And there are two types of videos you can show here. You can show the videos for people who are not yet subscribed. And think of that as like a channel trailer. And it can be a quick video that highlights the kind of content that you create. And the point of showcasing this is to, give viewers some insight as to the kind of content that you create and hopefully encourage them to subscribe. And then you have a second video that you can show to people who are already subscribed, and it can be a showcase of maybe your best videos. And once they watch that video, they will not see it again. So there's a little bit of smart technology going on there. Secondly, you can manage sections, and sections allow you to customize what viewers see and organize your content on your channel homepage. And so your sections are usually made up of playlists, and they help you to organize your categories of content. So think of like the playlist on your iPad, same concept, right? Now, this is where people get jammed up because it has changed. You can choose up to 12 sections to include on your homepage. It used to be 10, they've increased it to 12. So if you're familiar with 10, you're not incorrect. Something has changed over the past couple of months. The original version of this presentation actually had 10, so you're not wrong. And you can then organize and promote the content that you want to highlight on your channel using these sections. It's a great way to also to guide your viewership. So say, for example, if you make clothing, children's clothing, you can create sections with, newborns to 3 months or whatever. And so when a mother is looking at your channel, depending on the age of their child, instead of scrolling through all the videos they have, they can just go directly to the section that appeals to them. Next up is the Brandin tab. With this tab, you can add various video elements that give your channel a unique look. And you guys, I would say that especially if you're setting up your channel for the first time, that you should spend some time here, because especially for your new viewers, this is the first impression. And so if you have a nicely branded channel, it will draw them in. So first you should add your profile picture, and your profile picture will appear wherever your channel is represented on YouTube, like next to your videos, in your comments, and in user search results. Very important. Next, you have the ability to add a channel banner image. So think Facebook, the cover photo, LinkedIn, the cover photo, same concept. This appears across the top of your channel and can give viewers a visual sense of your channel's content. Just be sure to follow the size requirements on YouTube. They're kind of wonky. They tell you exactly how you have to size that image. And trust me, it's happened to me. If you don't have the exact specifications, it doesn't work. It looks crazy. Finally, if you add a video watermark, it will appear on your videos in the bottom right corner of the video player, and viewers can use it to click and subscribe to your channel. And you can choose when you want that watermark to show, whether it's at the end of the video, at a custom start time, or throughout the entire video. Finally, there's the basic information tab, and this tab lets you edit your channel name, add a channel description, add translations for your channel name, and descriptions in your other languages. And so all of these details, like I said, when you're setting up the channel for the first time, it's really hard to do all of this on the phone. You can also add links to sites that you want to share with your viewers, like your website, your other social media, and most importantly, contact information in case you want people to email you with business inquiries. Once you make changes to any of these tabs, remember that you have to click publish to make the changes live. So you will always see the changes that you're making, but unless you click publish, your viewers will not be able to see them. Okay, so I know I'm giving a lot of instructions. This is what it actually looks like. Here's an example of a well-developed YouTube channel by DIY creators. And one of the things that I like about these Google presentations is that they choose small businesses that are relatable. So afterwards, you can actually go find this channel and see what it looks like live. So notice the key things that I mentioned. They have a banner image, they have a profile picture, and they also have a spotlight video. And you see these things immediately once you hit the channel homepage. If you were to scroll down a little further, and some people actually find it as I'm talking so they can scroll because the screenshots are static, right? If you were to scroll down a little further on DIY creators, you will see that the channel is organized into sections. So one section shown is DIY building furniture, and below that you see a section for concrete projects again. So if I'm working on a concrete project, I don't have to be worried about scrolling through everything else. I would just go straight to the concrete project section. You can also see that the sections are organized as playlists. Now, before we get into the next topic we're going to discuss, once your channel is organized and customized, don't forget to integrate into your website, your social media, and email marketing. So you should be doing things like posting your videos on your company blog, your website. You can even add a link into your email signature, especially if your channel is new and you're trying to increase your viewership. All of these ideas are excellent ways to get your videos in front of interested customers, continue interaction with them, and also help them to spread the word about your business, because people can just send an email to their friend like, oh my goodness, I work with this business or with this brand. They have this amazing YouTube channel. Check them out. And before you know it, your channel grows that way. So now, assuming you've done absolutely everything, you sat down, you spent a good 2 hours, you have an amazing looking channel. The next step is to add videos. Without videos, this channel is not going to work for you. So let's talk about how to create videos that will promote your business effectively. So this is a rhetorical question. Whoever has ever shot a video, all of us, right? Ever since we all got smartphones, we can all shoot videos. There was a time when you needed an entire production team and a huge budget. Thank God we don't need that anymore, because technology today allows anyone the ability to make a video. YouTube is not a platform where you need a professional production team to make videos that will have an impact on your audience. An authentic video that tells the story of your business, that explains how your product is made, that explains what's different about you. As long as you get it in front of the right people, they can move the needle for your business. And in fact, 91% of small businesses are somewhat confident that the videos that they create themselves actually have an impact on their business. Before you make your first video, think about what you want the purpose of the video to be though, right? Who's the audience? What do you want them to take away from it? Do you want them to just feel good about your brand? Do you want them to see you as an expert on a topic? Or do you want them to connect to your why, the origin of your story? Think about what the focus of the video will be. Is it introducing a product? Is it just simply giving an overview of your business? And you need to decide who the star will be as well, right? Will it be you, a valued employee, a loyal customer, maybe an influencer that you're collaborating with who already has the audience that you're trying to attract, right? These are all things that you should be thinking about. And if you're still stumped about ideas, here are some that can be used for any business, quite frankly, to get you started. So if you have a service, explaining the process for your service. If you have a product, explaining how your product works, demonstrating how the product is made, explaining what makes you stand out from the competition. For the ladies in the room, unboxing videos, we like those, right? A beautiful box and you take the paper and whatever out and then you reveal the product. How-to videos. How-to is the most searched term, the beginning, that is used on YouTube. So if you can create a playlist of how-to videos, chances are your channel will get the exposure. Now think of the questions that your customers ask you on a regular basis. You can use those questions and come up with a frequently asked questions playlist as well. And again, not only embedding these videos on YouTube, but also strategically using them in your other marketing materials. So YouTube partnered with research company Cantor to analyze 10,000 video ads from small and medium businesses across the US, Canada, UK, Australia, and Korea. Now, what they did is they analyzed what worked best and developed some ideas that can help you to shape your plan for creating your effective videos. Remember, these are tips, not hard and fast rules, and you would use them as they apply to your business. Now, their research, however, did uncover 3 story types. And those story types are the business story, the product or service story, and the promotional story. And if you think about the videos or even the ads that you see on television, they always fall into these 3 buckets. So that part has not changed. As long as advertising has been happening, this is what's been going on. So the business story is your chance to show your personality and build a connection with your potential customers. And you would use your business story to highlight who you are, what you do, and even why you do it. Think of this as the story of you or the story of your business. The next story type is a product or service story. And product or service stories can help move potential customers from just being aware of your business to becoming more interested and hopefully making a purchase. Last but not least is the promotional story. And this type of story is great for announcing special deals or timely information, events, attending workshops, that sort of thing. And the recommended length for this kind of story is 15 to 30 seconds. And a promotional story video works best after customers have really gotten to know you, right? So they know who you are, they know your why, they understand why you're doing what you're doing. And so this hopefully will move them further along the conversion line and actually have them take action. Now, once you've decided what you want to shoot, make sure to follow these best practices when deciding what to say. Share a clear, concise message with your viewers. Get to the point, right? Try to make a strong impression within the first 5 to 15 seconds so that they're inspired to watch. Your video should never be an overt sales pitch. So you don't start with buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. Everybody gets turned off with that, right? However, you should include a call to action, maybe a timely offer, and most importantly, tell them what steps you want them to take. A lot of people forget this. So those steps could be subscribe to the channel. And if any of you are following YouTubers, they always say this at the end of their videos. Subscribe to the channel, like, say something in the comments, right? You should be doing the same thing. Visit the website. Of course, your call to action will be different depending on your type of business, but you have to tell your viewers what you want them to do next. So after examining the videos, the researchers also identified 8 creative techniques that were common themes throughout them. Again, these are tips, not hard and fast rules, but I think that as you hear how I'm going to describe them, you will recognize them from other brands that you follow as well. So we'll start with the selfie style. This tried and true technique brings YouTube to life every single day, and it's also the easiest kind of video to shoot, right? So in a selfie style video, someone representing your brand, which possibly be you, is in the middle of the story telling the story of what you do. It's a simple, authentic way to quickly put a message out there to build connection with viewers. Then there's the perfect backdrop. You would use a flat, solid colored backdrop to showcase a product or a person talking on the screen. And this simple technique can help reduce background distractions and create a sleek look for your video. The third technique is the voiceover. So if you're camera shy, this may be something that you want to do. So you will narrate your video with an off-screen voice. And a voiceover is great for covering product benefits, unique features, and more. And you would use it with video that you filmed yourself, or you could use stock video or even a montage of photos, right? Sometimes people do that. You just see like a slideshow of photos going across the screen and you hear the voice describing what's going on. Then there's point and shoot. This technique is really handy if your video needs more action. It can bring energy and excitement to the content you create, and you can incorporate motion by using panning and zooming, and that kind of makes the video a little bit more exciting. Next, we have top down, and a top down shot can actually create the illusion of tactile sensation, like you, the viewer, and the product, and you would possibly be holding the product in your hand. So what you will do is position the camera high above your product and film it on a flat surface. And this is a great way to show a hands-on product demo. Like It Sounds action is useful for products that are more interested in action. And filming in action is a great way to get viewers a better idea or understanding of how your product actually works. Another way to help viewers understand your video is a technique called Told with Text. And adding text to a video can highlight what the narrator is saying, and it can also be used for videos with no narration at all. Last one, technique number 8, is animation and motion graphics. And this technique is especially useful if you're promoting a service or a digital product. So people who have services usually feel a little left out, right? Because it's much easier to film video if you have products, but you can also explain products by using videos, right? So in this technique, you use illustrations or motion graphics to showcase your product's benefits. And this works especially well for things like software or digital courses or anything where you don't have a tangible product to show. Moving on to thinking about space, lighting, and sound. You need to think visually. Your space should be clear of clutter so viewers will know where to focus. And it should also, if you can, reinforce your company brand by including your logo or your workplace location. Having enough light is very important. As you guys know, lighting is everything, right? You see videos sometimes, and because it's dark and fuzzy, even if the message is a good one, you get turned off and you move on. Try to use natural light and position yourself to avoid shadows, especially on your face. Then there's the sound. Make sure there are no distracting noises in the background, and think about how your audio recording is actually sounding. We recommend that you use an external microphone. External microphones usually produce better sound than built-in computer microphones. And beyond the quality of the recording, pay attention to how you sound. Sometimes when we're nervous, we speak a little faster than we usually would speak, and that makes us harder to understand. So you should speak confidently, clearly, and never rush through your script. And by the way, having a script is also great for guiding you in terms of what you're going to say. So when I do these presentations, people usually ask me, what about music? We see people using amazing music. How do I get music? I don't want to be sued. I don't want to be accused of using someone else's music. The good news is that in the YouTube auto library, you can find royalty-free production music and sound effects that you can use in your videos. Now, music and sound effects from your audio library are copyright safe, so you can rest assured that if you download any of those, the sounds or the music, that you will not get yourself into trouble. Okay, so your video is done, not so fast, right? It'll probably take you about 15 to 20 tries the first time, but we're gonna pretend that we did that. The video is done, you're happy with it. Now it's time to add it to your channel. If you're in YouTube Studio, you would click Create in the upper left side of the screen next to your brand's account picture. If you're on your channel homepage, you will see that video camera icon in the same spot with the word Create, and that will work as well. Now, this will open a drop down where you can choose between uploading a video or going live. You would click the button labeled Select Files and choose the video file on your computer that you want to add to the channel. Once you upload your video, it's important to complete all of the information on the details screen because this will help people to find your video going forward. Make your title something that people are likely to watch. How to, like I said, is the most searched term on YouTube. So I'm not saying you have to label all your videos with how to, but maybe creating a playlist of how to's will be helpful. Try to avoid titles like first quarter product launch. That may mean something to you. It will mean absolutely nothing to your audience, right? Adding a description with the right keywords can boost your views and watch time is how long somebody actually watches your videos. YouTube will pull 3 screenshots from your video for potential thumbnails. If you don't like any of them, you can upload your own graphic file because sometimes they like to pull thumbnails where your mouth is like wide open or you're looking crazy, right? That's not good branding. So you can correct that. Now you can see these 3 options on the screenshot. But if you scroll down a lot more, so if you're doing this live, this is static. If you scroll down a lot more, these are the additional options you have. Adding the video to a playlist and defining your audience, which means you're letting YouTube know if the video is suitable for children or not. I'm going to assume that since we're all business owners, we're not targeting children. You also have the ability to designate whether your video is a paid promotion or not. Enabling automatic chapters make your video easier to watch. Adding tags. Now, tags are descriptive keywords that can be useful if the content of your video is commonly misspelled. Otherwise, they play a minimal role in your video's discovery. So if people, are constantly misspelling, title of your video, you can use tags. Otherwise, they don't really do much. People tend to think that the tags are what allow you to be found. They're not. Language and caption certification allows you to specify the original video language and confirm that the video has closed captions. Then you can also designate recording date and location, license and distribution to choose whether your video can be embedded on a different website or not. Short sampling, this is new, right? Lets you control whether or not other people are allowed to create shorts using the audio of your video. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Category allows you to categorize your video, and comments and ratings let you choose whether viewers can leave comments and see how many likes or dislikes that the video has had. After adding video details, you can also add end screens and cards. Now, end screens can be added to the last 5 to 20 seconds of a video, and you can use them to promote other videos, encourage viewers to subscribe, and much more. If you're thinking of using end screens, though, your video has to be at least 25 seconds long. Then there are cards, and cards are used to make your videos more interactive. Cards can have interesting things like polls, links to other channels, and more. Now, these are optional elements. You don't have to use them, but just knowing that they're there and what they're used for is very helpful for you to know. The next step is called checks. You can use the checks page to screen your video for copyright claims. And if you're in the YouTube partner program, add suitability. So when you become a member of the YouTube partner program, this is how you monetize your channel, right? So you allow other people to place ads on your channel, and you reap some of the money from them doing that. So the copyright check allows you to edit and fix your videos if issues are found before your video goes live. This is good to know. The ad suitability check allows you to request human review if the systems have made a mistake. And these checks help you learn about potential restrictions so you could manage them before publishing. The copyright check searches for copyrighted content in your video that would possibly result in a content ID claim, and the ad suitability check will look to see and make sure that your content is following YouTube's guidelines. Generally, the copyright check takes a few minutes. The ad suitability check may take a little longer. However, once these checks are done, if you have no issues, you'll see a green check mark next to each section, and you will be good to go. If issues are found, they usually give you the options and recommendations on how to resolve whatever they found to be incorrect. So this is not something that you need to really worry about unless you're creating specific kinds of videos and worried about copywriting and all that sort of thing. Okay, so next it's time to determine who you want to have access to your video. There are 3 visibility options. Public videos can be seen by anyone using YouTube. Unlisted videos and playlists can be seen and shared by anyone with a link, and most of us are familiar with those. They don't show up in search though. That's one thing to be aware of. And private videos and playlists can only be seen by the people that you choose. If you're going to release a public video, you can set the date when you want to make your video public. And YouTube Premieres, this is interesting, lets you and your viewers watch and experience a new video together. It's kind of like a movie premiere. And premiering your video lets you schedule a video upload and create buzz around the video with a shareable watch page. So maybe when you're just announcing your channel, this is something that you may want to consider. Once your video is published, it's time to spread the word. Again, you can share your video on a variety of social sites, via email, on your website, and much more. Remember, especially when you're just starting, that you need to be proactive about letting people know about your channel. Okay, let's back up a little bit and talk about shorts. So shorts are a new YouTube format. It's new, but as usual with these things, reaching a lot of people. The YouTube Shorts player has now surpassed 6.5 billion daily views globally. Again, where do we find this time? Anyway, so what is a YouTube Shorts? YouTube Shorts is a way for anyone to create videos using just a smartphone and the Shorts camera in the YouTube app, so either or. The YouTube Shorts creation tool makes it easy to create short form videos that are up to 60 seconds long. Now you can access YouTube's audio library and choose a song or audio clip for your shorts. The audio found in the library, again, is free to use, but only for personal use unless you have a commercial license. Shorts is in beta, and YouTube is gradually expanding the short creation tool to everyone globally with the YouTube app. If you don't see the option to create a short just yet, just make sure that your app is updated. It should be there. All right, one last note. You can upload short videos you created without the YouTube Shorts creation video tools directly from your computer as well. And if you want to give your shorts visibility, just include #shorts in the video description or title, and it would help the system to recognize them. All right, so whether you're just starting out or looking for ways to improve your channel, the Creator Academy can help with free online and education about YouTube. Actually, I recommend that before you even sit down to do your videos, that you take a few of these courses, because it will give you very detailed instructions as to the process, the best practices, things you need to be aware of, and you can access the Creator Academy by going to creatoracademy.youtube.com. It's definitely worth the time to just take a few of the courses, bookmark things like how do you monetize your channel. That will come later on, because in order for you to actually start making money from YouTube, you need at least 1,000 subscribers. Anyway, being aware of what you need to do to get there from the very beginning, though, will guide you in terms of making the kind of content and the best practices that you should be utilizing so that you can fast your track to becoming a YouTube partner, if that is one of the things that you want to do. A lot of people like to take a snapshot of this slide. Go ahead and do so if you like. Otherwise, it's creatoracademy.youtube.com. Okay, so let's look at one final way to use YouTube and videos to promote your business, and it would be via video advertising. So let's start by looking at this video for Tulane's Closet. Again, this is another small business just like you who has managed to use video advertising to place their product in front of their target audience. To make sure that the video works well and we're not sharing too much bandwidth, I'm just going to turn my camera off when I play the video so that you guys can get the best viewing experience. Okay.
Sorry about the snorting. Normally, after a surgical procedure, pets typically go home with what's called a cone or an e-collar. My name is Stephanie Seiberg, and I am the owner and developer of Tulane's Closet. When I was in veterinary medicine, I had a lot of clients come and ask if there was something else out there that they could use, and that's how it kind of got started. I had an idea. It's a one-piece post-surgical pet garment. The advantages of the Cover Me by Chewy is that they can eat, sleep a lot easier than wearing a cone. They can actually get through their doggy door. They can relax comfortably. Video can show people what it's made out of, how to put it on, how easy it is to use the potty cover. YouTube, it's great for people that are just starting a new business or small business owners like myself, because we're all on a budget. As you see that business is growing, you can always add to that at any time. We have doubled almost every year since we started in 2013. There's so many people now that really consider their pet their family, and they want them to be comfortable. I think a lot of dogs are a lot happier right now.
Okay, so as we saw with Tulane's Closet, videos let you show your products and services to your audience as opposed to just telling them about it, right? So we already reviewed in depth how YouTube can be used at no cost to you as a place to house your videos and to build brand awareness, but eventually you may want to pay to reach even more potential customers all over the world. And once you're ready, you have the option to do so with YouTube advertising. So with YouTube advertising, you can connect with the people who matter to you, right? And remember that you don't need to place your ad in front of every single person, just the people who are likely to be interested in what you have to offer. You only pay when they watch your video ad, which means that you're only paying for someone who's interested and who chooses to engage for at least 30 seconds. And you're also able to see how you're doing and what you need to do to improve. So with YouTube Analytics, you're able to get real-time insights about how people are responding to your video ads. And over time, you will get really good. And for more information about how this really works, again, just check out youtube.com/ads. Now, YouTube video formats are built for all attention spans, and I'm keeping my camera off because there are 2 more videos, so I don't want to be turning it on, turning it off, and then I'll come back once they're done. So they're short ads that are only 6 seconds for people with short attention spans. Then there are snacks and meals, which run a little longer at 15 to 30 seconds. There are 5 available video ad formats, and you don't have to worry about memorizing them because once you get to this point, YouTube will remind you again what the formats are. So bumper ads are designed to increase brand awareness, and they're 6 seconds or less, and viewers are not allowed to skip them. Then there are non-skippable in-stream ads that are 15 seconds or less, and as the label suggests, viewers can't skip them as well. Outstream ads show on partner sites, and these ads are available on mobile devices and tablets. Video discovery ads appear on YouTube only, and they're seen in places where people discover content. In-stream ads run before, during, or after other videos on YouTube, the display network, games, or apps. Ads may also run on YouTube videos embedded on other websites, and after 5 seconds, the viewer can skip an ad. The first format that I want to talk about is the bumper format. Now, we know that viewers have shorter attention spans, and we've seen that people are more likely to abandon longer ads. Again, think of yourself as a consumer. And so this is why the 6-second pre-roll ad was created. Let's look at an example.
The next basketball highlight video could cost you up to $1.31 in data. What? Switch to Xfinity Mobile and save.
Okay, so how many of you got the message of that ad? It was only 6 seconds. Anybody missed what the message was, or do you guys feel like you got the message in 6 seconds? You can let me know in the chat. I'll check after when we get to Q&A. Okay, so the question that we often get is, can you really say something worthwhile in 6 seconds? And of course, it takes practice, but you absolutely can. As a matter of fact, 9 in 10 viewers can recall an ad after watching a 6-second pre-roll ad like we just watched. As a best practice, bumper ads should be used to remarket to the viewer who has watched your skippable ad. And these quick non-skippable ads work especially well for highlighting short, memorable messages. Skippable in-stream ads can be optimized to drive awareness, consideration, online sales, or leads. As the name implies, this ad format allows viewers to skip the ads after 5 seconds. So what is the big advantage of that? Well, consumers have a choice and are not forced to watch content that they don't care about. And for you as the advertiser, you only pay after the viewer has watched 30 seconds. So that means that you're only paying for engaged users. And so here's another quick example of what that kind of ad looks like. Okay, so here are a few best practices for these kinds of ads. Because viewers can skip them after 5 seconds, make sure that you create the most attention-grabbing content within the first 5 seconds. So at least they know your brand name, right? So even if they skip it over time, if they're continuously watching these kinds of ads, they will remember at least your brand name. Companion banners are an option that can help you drive more clicks, and they're usually offered at no charge when you run a skippable in-stream ad, a non-skippable ad, and a bumper ad. Remember that they appear on desktop devices only at the top right corner of the watch page next to your ad, and they kind of like follow the viewer along, and they serve as reminders for your brand. Okay. So, recap and resources. Now that you've learned about using YouTube to grow your business, here are some recommended next steps. Take the time to create your channel if you don't have one. If you have your channel, review the recording, review the deck, and make sure that you have filled out all of those sections. I'm willing to bet that even if you have a channel, half of those sections aren't really filled out, right? Remember that YouTube is a search engine and your channel is sometimes found before your videos or vice versa. You know, it's very important that you're paying attention to your titles and descriptions and you're using your keywords because that's how they will be found. Create and upload videos to your channel and remember to organize them in sections and playlists, and also explore the different resources that I'm going to share over the next few slides. YouTube has creative partners who can help you with your video creation if you're not feeling too confident. And these partners can work with you depending on whether you need help with video creation, your ads, restrictions with your budget, or whether you want them to manage the entire process for you. Now, remember, these are independent parties not affiliated with Google, so you would have to enter into contracts with them specifically. And at that point, Google is not responsible for the quality of service that they provide to you. If you want to sharpen your business and marketing skills, check out Primer. It's an app available for both Android and Apple devices. And here you can find a series of fun lessons that are less than 5 minutes each. This session was brought to you by Grow with Google. Thank you, WeUp, for being such an amazing partner. I always enjoy presenting for you guys. And now we can use the last few minutes to do some Q&A. So questions, I'm going to stop.
And Petia, thank you so much. You were so thorough. So we open up real quick. And I know I was not a lot of time, but it was a lot of great information. A lot of people don't realize also that YouTube is a great revenue builder as well. So there are people who are making lots of money on YouTube. So I wanted to emphasize that.
Yes.
So we're opening up. Does anybody have any quick questions before we close out? And this video, of course, will be available online. So you can look at it again to make sure that you really digest all the tips and information shared by Petia.
Right, absolutely. Or use it as a guide as you sit down to put your channel together, right? It's a lot of
exactly.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions or comments? Yes. Okay, Nicole said clear and concise. I appreciate you and all having me today. Okay. Great examples. I love the examples. Yeah, the examples really bring it to life. So I really enjoy those examples.
Yeah.
And again, you know, a lot of times we can go back because I know for myself, I go back and I look at the YouTube and I sit there and I actually do what they tell me to do right there while I'm looking at it. So I do recommend that anybody that has any questions or just wants to follow on. So everyone's saying that it was really clear. You gave us some great information. They love the examples.
Wonderful.
It says, will YouTube create the watermark for, will YouTube create the watermark or will I have to create my own from another app?
Yes, you can create your own watermark and upload it. And then you tell YouTube where you want it displayed. YouTube creates the thumbnails for you of the videos. And sometimes they're not that great because they catch you mid-sentence or whatever. You can also create your own thumbnails and upload them as well.
Okay, to someone else, can you email us a link to the recording? And WeUp also has a YouTube channel. So what I'm doing is every time we have a Grow with Google workshop, what I'm doing is posting this workshop on our YouTube channel. So I recommend that you all subscribe because we are trying to increase our subscribers on our YouTube channel. So if you, and we also have a YouTube link. So if you go to weupwomen.com, it will take you directly to our YouTube, or I think you can get to the WeUp channel, and I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, Latasha, by saying WeUp when you go to YouTube.
I think that's the way I found it in the past because I've looked and I've seen that you've uploaded. Yeah, if you just go to YouTube and you just search for WeUp, it usually comes up, if I'm not mistaken.
And also what we do is we include some of our videos in our newsletters too. Usually we include the last video in our monthly newsletter to highlight some of the information that we share in our workshops.
Right.
Okay, someone said, please post that in the chat. So if you go to WeUp, go to YouTube and search for WeUp. And I think, Tasha, correct me if I'm wrong, does it come up that way?
I would have to check it. I think it might come up with the full organization's name.
Okay.
Right. I think that's
It's
how it.
the Women's Entrepreneurial Opportunity Project instead of just WeOp. So I think it comes up the full name.
Mm.
Okay, so I'll make sure that in our newsletter, we will tell everybody how they can find us in YouTube. So in the chat, I did put in our full name.
I found it. I'm gonna paste the YouTube channel in the chat for people.
Okay, great.
This is it.
And we usually edit our videos, so give us until it'll be up there on Friday.
Right.
Yeah, because we like to go in and edit it, put our branding on it, and you do recommend like putting your branding on your videos.
Exactly.
And then now they have that where you can recommend that they subscribe to your channel, because increasing those subscribers is key number one as well for your branding.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay.
So I think that it's 11:58, and Petia, great workshop. Thank you for all your tips and information. And tell us a little bit, we have 2 minutes, about your marketing company, because, marketing and branding is so important to business owners. So you can share something about the Stylista group.
Yes, absolutely. So we work with lifestyle brands primarily. And what we try to do at this point in time, aside from building community, is to really help our clients to get that conversion, right? Because your digital marketing is an investment, and you do have to spend or invest a certain amount of money initially before you see that return, but you need to see that return at some point. So right now, I would say the last 3 years, our focus has been less on creating community, because there was a time where social media success was getting 10,000 fans or 100,000, whatever. But, unless those fans are actually interacting with you and spending money with you, then you just have fans. So we shifted our focus a couple years ago from just focusing on building community. We still build community because you have to have somebody to speak to really figuring out how we get that community to start spending money with our clients. And it's not as easy as it sounds. It's very difficult. And for every client, it's different, right? Because depending on the kind of product or service that they're offering. So, that's really what we focus on these days. Getting that conversion and return on investment for your digital marketing investment. But just so that you have to start with building the brand awareness first. There's no way to get away from that.
Okay. Well, it's at 12 o'clock noon on the dot. I want to thank all of WeOp members for joining us today. I want to thank all of our audience. And until next time at another WeOp, I bid you farewell. And thank you, everyone.
Have a great one, everybody.
Okay, have a great day.